Sydney, Australia. Welcome to my backyard. City to beach in 15 minutes, beach to bush in 45 minutes. Can you think of any other city that you can do that in? Home of the Wallaby, and did I mention Kathy Freeman? Well, I hope you know my name by now. I'm Govind, and I'm vying to be the next Rhythm and Vine's protege. And here we are in probably one of the most iconic locations in Sydney, with the Opera House in the background and the Harbour Bridge just to my left. Over New Year's, this place is absolutely packed because the Harbour Bridge right there has one of the most amazing fireworks displays, which is actually shown live on CNN. I guess my journey here began 3 years ago. I moved here after finishing university in New Zealand and going travelling around Europe with a couple of my mates. Sydney was just the most obvious choice to come to due to the fact that I'd spent a summer here whilst I was still down living in Scarfy Town. It's a pretty easy option really. It's close to home, it's beautiful, it's warm, and with a view like that, there's no place I'd really rather be, to be honest. What do you reckon? I think following on from what I was saying before of being here for 3 years, I guess the next question has to be asked, how have I continued to stay on here 3 years down the track? And again, it's a pretty easy place to stay when, you know, you've got some of the best restaurants. I think 2 of the best restaurants in Australia are located in Sydney. You've got festivals that run all from the October period through to the February period. Unfortunately, there isn't Rhythm and Vines here, but that's why it'd be great to go back to Rhythm and Vines. There's actually a festival held right on Mrs. Macquarie's steps, which is held just over there. It's just an easy place to live. I could definitely be defined as someone who loves to wine and dine. If you ask any of my mates, I'm sure they'd say that. And I think Sydney is probably the best place in the world that you'd want to be if that is your cup of tea, with some of the best restaurants and bars located all across Sydney, from my humble dwellings in Bondi all the way to the rocks right behind me. Follow me now, guys. I'm going to take you to a personal favourite spot of mine, which is famous for bronze bodies and babes, and absolutely cranks during summer. Check this out. It's all good me sitting here, but I think it's time I put my money where my mouth is. Let's go take a drive and go see these places that I'm talking about. Driving through Sydney City, it does really make you appreciate why I am so lucky to be living in such a beautiful city. After you've spent a lazy afternoon chilling in the sunshine, much like I've been doing today, there's nothing better than to go out and have a good night out with your mates and listen to some live music. Tonight we're going to Home Nightclub, the mecca for live entertainment. You asked me to sell Sydney? There's nothing to sell. Beaches, babes, landscapes, fashion, nightlife, it's all here. Did I mention festivals? Throw that into a mixed bag, and this is what you've got, people. Sydney.